I'm humbled and honored to be a part of this project. When people say Black Lives Matter, how does that make me feel? I swell with pride, I get emboldened by truth. Black Lives Matter, period. I get galvanized against statements that might take away that truth. Yes, I believe in respecting life. That is why I believe it is appropriate to be specific about any life needing respect. Black lives matter. Black lives need more respect. Protect black lives, protect black children, protect black women, protect black men. Black lives matter. I love people. I love animals. I love trees and plants. I love life. Black lives matter. I just feel like it's the truth, and I want to amplify that, and I want to help those for whom it doesn't necessarily resonate fully. I want to offer them a place to discuss it. I would like them to share my point of view, but in the meantime, I do offer my table to sit and talk. Black Lives Matter. How did I feel watching the world finally react to the racism in this country? I couldn't be more thrilled. You gotta punch a bully in the face sometimes. If everyone's walking around perpetuating lies, talking in a bubble, and fighting for the dollar and comfort, the status quo and the white empire is perpetuated. When I see the world say that Black Lives Matter and that they're disappointed in our country, I'm glad to find others outside of our bubble agreeing with something I just think is true and real. Okay, thank you other countries for taking a chance. Just as we take risks by standing up against our military and our police, they take a chance by standing up against America, the biggest gang in the world. So please share other countries, any nationality, anyone. Aliens are judging us correctly as a mess. We're a mess. So please, world, hold the United States accountable. Record us in your territory. Report the truth to us, please. How does the system go about weeding out racist police officers? Poorly. The system does a poor job at weeding out racist police officers because I don't think they do. I believe systems may be in place to weed out non-racist police officers. I believe the system may be in place to weed out police officers that want to hold each other accountable. When I was marching 20 years ago, I did struggle with no good cops in a racist system. Because I love people first, not systems. Therefore, I try not to judge them. But I have come to understand a deep truth in a racist system being in existence. Recognizing times where I have been a tool for racist systems. I can now see the officers. I can now see the officers as part of that system. I want reform. I'll take abolishment if that's what it takes. But we need reform, absolutely. And I am questioning that those in position now are capable of the reform we need. Should the punishment for police brutality be severe? Let the punishment fit the crime. Let the fear my brothers and sisters walk around with every day be the same concern in their mind at the forefront when they choose to enforce property laws. When a thing is worth violence, when money is worth violence, that's garbage. That's garbage human behavior. Unacceptable human behavior. Should the punishment for police brutality be severe? Yes. I don't want to hurt people. But when I watched Mr. Rogers and I wanted to be a police officer, it's because I wanted to be someone people would come for if they wanted help and they could trust. And by 13 years old, that illusion was gone. I'm a white male. In a beautiful city, a pretty tolerant city, all things considered. In a lot of ways, it's disgusting in the city. What I've seen, what I've heard about, I need police to know that they're accountable for their actions. I want them to be able to learn. I would like for those who want to do the right thing to be reformed. But perhaps the reformation is leaving the system and finding a job you're better at. And I mean that with compassion. It must be terrible going home and living a double life and looking in the mirror and asking, what have I done today? March with us. What do I think is the best way to end police brutality? Document, record, hold people accountable. Empower those that love people instead of empowering those that love money. Call it out when it's seen. Amplify it when someone else calls it out. Instead of doubting, instead of guilty until proven innocent, actually walk the talk. Police are not juries. They're not executioners. Do not allow them to be. I do not know the best way. I do not claim to know a lot of this. Okay? What do you think is the best way to end police brutality? I don't know, but I think accountability is the best way to end most bad habits. Accountability, visibility. I'd also like to see a national recommitment to a new credo, a new mission statement, a new oath to be sworn in that goes in line with the services we're trying to offer through that department. I would love to be educated on good ways that I can support to end police brutality. These are just my opinions. What do I think of Donald Trump? I'm ashamed to have him as a president. I'm disappointed in my fellow Americans for electing him if they did. And I'm disappointed in our overseers for allowing our election to be a fucked up trash fire like it was. I'm not a fan of Trump's policies or his words. I'm not a partisan person. I can give a fuck what group anyone represents. How you behave is how I will judge you. And Donald Trump, I judge you a poor character to lead this nation of evolution and of equality and of equity and of forgiveness. I don't think you know what that is because you came from a world that is small. And we are part of a big world. You worship the dollar, sir. You worship your own power. And we don't need that in the White House. Please, let someone else who is more committed to the human experience help run this country. I'm disappointed. I'm outraged. Do I think Donald Trump is a racist? Based on the actions and choices of words that Donald Trump takes, based on the group statements that he makes, I believe Donald Trump activates from a racist mentality. I think he comes from a white elite upbringing which does not allow for empathy of a lower class, regardless of skin tone, to start. And when you compound that with the subliminal programming and overt programming of our culture, how could he not be? I don't see him taking steps away from that stereotype, do you? Being the future of this country, and I'm not, I'm older than I look. I'd like to be around for the future of this country. I'm very heartened to know that these many people care about this. And we only need to do everyone else as soon as possible. Being the future of this country, what action will I take to ensure unity? Build a longer table. Keep my ears open. I do not know. I beg for enlightenment. I beg for forgiveness. I beg for acceptance. I amplify signal. I amplify message. I do not mean to activate ego. I am blessed to have leaders around me who have been able to commit more research, more heart, and more mental power to how to ensure unity than I have. And so I will follow their lead, and I will question them every time my heart doubts them. And so long as they take my questions, and we can have a rapport, then I will continue to fight for unity with those leaders who are following a civil rights movement that's legacy. It's decades now. There are lots of things that work. We're going to do them. Police reform, bail. We're going to march every day. We're going to disrupt comfort zones. I'm going to march every day, and whatever it is, music, videos, photos, literature, keyboard warrior, with my legs, with my voice. I'm going to march with my nothingness. I'm going to march with my family. I'm going to march alone every day. I'm also going to say that being a young boy with delusions of righteousness, I wanted to be a police officer, I wanted to be a Marine pilot. But as my entrance into young adulthood came, I don't want anything to do with any part of that. Instead, I become a playologist. I seek to unify communities through recreation and play. That's my way. That's just my way. That's where I'm truest and purest. That's where I believe humans can come together without labels and experience love. Right? But I'm out here to disrupt their optics. I'm out here to stand in front of the police line, to be in front of the National Guard line, to stand in front of a camera and say, Black Lives Matter, man. Police brutality is real and I want it to stop, man. We have the resources in the world to take care of each other. I live with a beautiful standard of living around the globe, if not for greed. So I build longer tables. I invite everyone to play the game. I find this question really important. How do we change the people in our circles who are raised to hate different races? We show them that we are capable of loving people. We model the behavior we want to see. We invite them to hard conversations and we sit through them. Long conversations, hard conversations. I let them get mad at me. I let them project onto me. And then I've got to do my emotional labor. And I got to process that out so I can pour from a full cup. But that's the work that I do. I'm outraged, I'm upset, I'm disappointed. But I have hope, and I have love, and I have energy to give. I also have immense gratitude for everyone that took their time and energy here or anywhere around the globe to amplify this message that police brutality has to end, that Black Lives Matter, and that we are a people united. And we can actually make a difference. We've got between now and the robots. Get it together, folks. I'm with you.
Thanks a lot, brother.